Hello, peoples. My name is Kwon-soo Kim, and I'm here to start my first street interview session. I'm collecting public's opinion that people are mostly curious about in their life. And the first question I chose is, how did you found your dream? During our life, a lot of us confront unsure feeling about what we want to do for the future and struggle to find our own passion and dreams. And I was also the same person who didn't know about my dream until last year, and that's why I'm quite obsessed in this topic. Honestly, there are lots of tips and good articles about how to find a dream, and some passages really touched me and were practical to think about, so I would love to share some readings behind my video. But despite these good writings, it is true that uncertainty still remains on my mind. The feeling that hard to take a first step when I start to read this reading. Question to yourself, look inside yourself deeply. Advice something like that requires me a lot already when I start to read. And that's why I came to the street. Honestly, the answer about how to find a dream is a very huge question, and I know there's no correct answer for this. So, to give more direct advice and meaning to get inspired in real life, I started to collect people's real story. First of all, do you have a dream?
It's a very big question.
Or did you have a dream? Yeah. Are you working now?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Can I ask you what are you working?
Yeah, I'm a psychologist.
Psychologist.
Yes. I wouldn't call it a dream, no.
Okay.
No, I wanted to be a journalist actually first.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to be a journalist.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yes.
So your dream was a
At
journalist.
some point, yes.
At some point.
Yes. I don't think it is anymore, but when
Yeah.
I was younger.
But
yes.
at that point, what made you to make I want to be a journalist? What was the motivation, do you think?
Yes, I think it was being curious about the world. And
Curious
wanting
about the
to
world.
Learn about it and write about it maybe.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you feel that during the high school when you were a student, or did you have some experience about working?
No, I
No.
didn't at that point.
Just you got the feelings
Yeah.
during studying,
Exactly. Yeah.
or okay. So do you have a dream then?
A dream.
Yeah, it could be something like a job, or it could be something more general.
I think it's maybe a place I want to live. Like I want to find because I don't think I'm going to stay in Denmark and live here. So it would probably be find
Oh.
a place where I feel like I belong and have friends and have
Yeah.
just a nice atmosphere. I think right now I do like I'm an illustrator and it's a lot like just on the screen by yourself and
Yes.
not very social. So I want to find a part-time job next to that where I'm more social, have a place to go.
That's cool. Yeah.
Something like that. That's I guess that's my dream right now. Like drawings, that sort of like digital, like
Yeah.
like that sort of thing is what I'm
Did,
doing.
was
right now.
that started from the childhood? Like, did you write
Yes,
like?
always like that, yeah.
Ah.
And then I carried that over, and now I'm just trying and find a job that's because it can get a little bit overwhelming just focusing on that only.
Yes.
For me personally, at least.
Yes.
Yes.
So thank you for asking, responding, and have a nice evening.
You
too.
Yeah. First of all, do you have a dream?
Well, right now I'm studying to become a biologist.
Oh, okay. So is that what you want to do? Studying biologist?
Yeah, it's that's what I want to do, and I think it's kind of always been in the cards for me.
What was the motivation? Like my main question was, how did you found like you want to
Yeah.
do biologist? You want to be a biologist. So what was the
Yeah.
motivation and the reason?
Well, first of all, I think really our world is in trouble right now.
Yes.
There's a lot of different stuff happening, and we're not really taking care of the world. And I
Yep.
think, in that regard, it does make a lot of sense to
Mhm.
kind of understand what drives these processes that's changing
Yes.
our climate and so on. And I feel like that's of course like a big motivational factor for me.
Yes.
But I think like personal level, I've always liked to come in nature. I
Mhm.
had like good teachers in biology. I had
Yes.
my mom and dad were both like interested in nature and stuff
Oh.
like that. So
How old was you when you think about to be a biologist? When it
I-
was in high school already?
it was, I think,
you remember?
Actually, it was already when I was around 10 years old.
10 years old.
It was not
That's
like,
amazing.
like completely biologist. It was like more like a science person,
Yes.
like working like in
Oh.
science and all of that.
That's so cool and that's
Um,
so nice.
Yeah, and then I think the more I just like figured out. Yeah, I also want to be able to kind of go outside, do my
Yeah.
own kind
That's
of
so cool. So,
collecting samples and so on.
do you have a dream
I
now?
have a dream, yeah.
What is your dream?
It's complicated. I
Yeah.
think I have a dream like I like sharing recipes about
Oh.
the wild food.
Oh.
So my dream is to learn people how to forage and eat more of the free food in the nature.
Okay, what was the motivation and when was the period that I want to do that? When did you feel about this?
I've
During
been
studying?
making food since I was 11.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the wild food started when I was 16, I think.
Yes.
So I think it has always been there, some kind of way.
Mhm.
Because my family, that's my father.
Ah,
yeah,
okay.
he's coming from Italy, and
Yeah.
they're all about like sharing food and making food together. So I would like to think that it's coming from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you want to make your own recipe, like very nature
Yeah.
and friendly.
Yeah.
I want to share the recipe.
Yeah, and not very
Okay.
complicated food like chefs and stuff. It's just very comforting and
Yeah.
delicious. Like people to think about the cooking with wild plants and forage food like very easy and just very normal. I would like it to
Okay.
be normal.
Yeah, I really hope to see your recipe in the world.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I really support it.
Thank you.
Thanks. Do you have a dream, guys?
I don't know.
It's okay.
I
Yeah.
always dreamed of becoming a chef,
Chef, that's cool.
and then I was a chef for 5 years.
Oh,
And
yes.
Then my body gave up.
Your
So,
body gave out.
yeah.
What happened? Like,
I have a disease in my
Yes.
in my feet. So
Really?
I can't stand up for long periods of time.
Okay.
I worked quite a lot,
Yeah, that it might
too
be
much
It might be tough to
as well. So my body gave up, and now I'm becoming a food scientist.
food scientist.
Yeah, so
Oh
plan B.
god, plan B. It's very glad to hear that you keep doing something like related with your job.
Exactly.
And what was the motivation? And when did you started to dream about that? Like
When
you
I was a
wanted to
kid.
do- And you as a kid.
Yeah,
And
my
what-
father, he always made food that got people
Yes.
to gather around.
Oh,
And,
okay.
I just love that feeling. And
Oh, okay.
So I wanted to keep presenting that feeling to people. I just love food.
Okay. So much thank you for sharing your opinion, guys. And have a nice evening. And my name also was Kwon Soo Kim.
I work especially like with special needs children.
Yep.
Like I support those like during school.
Was that one of your dreams?
I don't think that working with children
It's a dream.
is my dream.
Yes.
I think actually what I dream most about is really basic, or like I
Basic. For
or like
example, yeah.
something that I think that everyone is dreaming about. I
Yes.
just think that I dream about being able to love and be loved,
Oh.
and also to be able to, through the art that I create, to
Yes.
like make people feel seen and heard
Yes.
in what they are experiencing.
Yes.
To both like be able to express myself, but also to make other people feel
Oh, that's so
seen and
nice.
understood and not alone
Yeah.
in what they're going through.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like, what was the motivation that you wanted to write and share and public? Like,
I think I have like three primary like motivations for
Yes.
doing that. I think it's to like create escapes from the real world, like when you go to the cinemas or you read books and stuff, you get
Yes.
a chance to escape the reality,
yes,
which is sometimes important to
Yes,
to
yes.
be able to do.
like a balance.
That's number one, and I
Yes.
think reason number two is that I want to give people a new look on things, like get them to think,
New vision.
new vision and a new way to look at things,
Yes.
get inspired.
Yes.
And then I think reason number three I work with is that I want to make people like as I said, feel seen and reflected. So
Yes.
like that they read or see my work and
Yes.
they feel like, oh, I thought I was the only one,
Oh.
but I'm not.
Yes.
So I think for a long time I have had these like 3 reasons quite defined for myself.
That's very specific, and you
that
have
I
a very
think that
clear
like
motivation.
if I sometimes create art that can do all of those 3 things at once, I feel like I made like something really good.
Yes.
And something that matters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. Like, I see your clear vision. Like, do you have a dream?
Yeah, I think I do.
Yes.
For me, would be to be self-sustainable.
Self-sustainable?
Yeah, I come from a family that's quite poor.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to do, my hardest to work as much as I can, and have a family where nothing will be missing. So that is my dream. Just like to build a family and an environment where nothing will ever be not enough.
I just hear about some people want to do sustainable things for the environment, but you said sustainable by yourself.
Yeah.
That's super interesting. Okay, so my main question is, so when did you start to dream about that? Like, what was the motivation?
I guess it was when I started becoming a young adult.
Yes.
And it was when I started realizing how much my parents have been struggling and how much they've been trying to do for me and for my siblings.
Yes.
And it's something, that I appreciate a lot about them, and that I would want my children to not necessarily have to go through, to look at your parents and be like, I feel sorry for them that they have to sacrifice so much for me.
Yes, I see your passion. So what are you studying? Or
right now I am studying global business engineering.
Yes.
And I am in my 7th semester.
Yes.
I have a year left.
Oh, that's cool. So do you also have a dream of a job career?
Right now, I actually got recently an internship at a company for a project manager position.
Yes. Oh, that sounds cool.
That's sort of what I'm aiming for. I like working with people. I like putting things in place.
Yes, but what was the point? Like, you get interested about that major, like the point?
Honestly, the major itself was a very random thing for me.
Is it? Like,
I wanted to become a teacher, then last second I changed my mind.
Yes.
And I was like, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, this looks good, it's in English, I will take it.
Oh, okay.
And it turned out to be absolutely amazing.
I wanted to ask you also, did you have also an experience showing what you want to do in the future?
Yes, because a lot of there have been periods where I decided to change what I wanted to do in my life.
Yes.
And I think what's hard is thinking too much about it.
Yes.
And not actually picking something.
Yes.
So for me it was a long period of thinking, I want to do this, I want to do that. So as soon as I started just not thinking about it too much and just picked something and went with it, it kind of turned into what I wanted to do. Just do something. Just
start.
Just start, exactly. And if it doesn't fit, start on something new. Because the more you think about it, the longer time you will lose on actually following your dream.
Yeah.
My dream is to live a healthy life.
Yes.
Like a long but mostly healthy.
Mostly a healthy life.
So not necessarily long, but just healthy. Like,
I
don't want to be sick or be crippled or anything. Yes, I am studying urban landscape engineer.
Oh, that's cool. It's like a building.
Yes, like parks and green areas in the city.
When did you start to like that?
I don't know. I just I'm very into climate change and
environment things.
Yeah, environments, to secure the future. So I just thought it was really interesting.
That's so cool. Like, I talked with several Danish persons, but I don't know where you are from.
I'm from Denmark.
Denmark, but they are very interested about the environment and sustainability. So I just wonder, what was the reason? Are they affected by the families a lot, or from the schools to get interested to the environment?
I don't know. I just think it's a lot in the media, and a lot of people are very worried. And we are here in Denmark, we have very good opportunities to help others.
Yes.
And those who are, we are not the ones who are most affected. So I think we should do our part to help others also. So when I was early teenager, I began to think about it.
Okay, that's cool. so much. Thank you for sharing your opinion. Do you have a dream?
Yes, I have a dream.
What is your dream?
It's to live off my music and teach like beside of that.
So you are making a music or you are doing some kind of music?
Yeah, I'm an artist and I make my own music.
Really? That's so cool.
I write songs and I perform them with a band. And
yes, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Are you a student?
I'm also a student. I study musicology.
When was the period and what was the motivation to get that dream?
I always, I loved singing and playing the piano since I was a little kid.
Yes, always from the childhood, I think.
Yes. And then I started experimenting with the songwriting, and then the dream, it just followed in a way. And this stomach feeling, the passion was there very early. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe you're affected by your family also?
The nearest family doesn't play music really, but I always, they played a lot of music for me since I was a little kid and saw me. Okay, you can sing and you can play the piano and so they were supportive.
That sounds so lovely. You have a good dream, and I also want to ask, like, if you ever struggle about thinking your future, about thinking what you want to do, and if you can give any advice for the people who are looking for, what would you say?
But sometimes, I have this dream and this purpose with the music.
Yes.
But sometimes even I can, get in doubt, like, do I want this, or do I want, do I want to teach? And I think if I should give an advice, it's just listen to your gut feeling.
Listen to you.
And it will lead you to some place. Just trust that. So go with that feeling, because everything's gonna work out. So if there's something you like doing, try doing it some more. Yeah, and also, meet up with people that have the same interest, because you can motivate each other, and sometimes, opportunities just come to you when you meet up with people and say, hey, have you tried to look at this up? Or
Have you ever worried about the reality part also?
Yeah. Of course, also like the upcoming music scene, it's hard to make really money, because it costs a lot of money to like produce the music and get it mixed. So that's why I'm happy that I'm also passionate about the teaching part, because then I can to get inspired to write the songs. I like to teach and be among people who also love music, and then I can make an income like of the teaching part, and also when I play concerts, then it's a great mix of all.
That's so cool, like you're even relating with the jobs what you really like. So I think this was a very good advice, and thank you for spending your time.
It was nice meeting you.
What is my dream? My dream is to, I would say, ethically communicate information about climate change and environmental issues. In a way that both scientists and non-scientists and those most at risk and more privileged both understand what we're dealing with environmentally. I guess in high school.
High school?
Yeah. I am a photographer, and I was like, the earth is so pretty when I was really young, and then I was like, I should study how to keep the earth pretty, and then that led to a whole through photography. I was like, oh, people don't get these experiences to travel the world, and then I was like, oh, people also don't know about what's going on in other parts of the world, and I, through art, can have a way to share that with people. I would say to make a priority list.
Sorry?
A priority list.
Priority list.
I would very simply write out the things that you prioritize on your day-to-day basis, on a long-term basis, even if it's just like monthly in class, whatever it might be, at work. Write down what you want to prioritize, and then assess if the things that you do in that same time period are conducive to getting those priorities done. And if not, then you got to make some changes. And if so, then you keep track of your progress.
Okay, that sounds so nice. Thank you for spending your time.
Hopefully a family. That's like my main dream at the moment.
Making a good family.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. I'm studying mechanical engineering at the moment.
Okay.
Only first semester though, so it's quite early doors. But to be some kind of inventor, I suppose, would be very interesting.
Okay. Like, what are you interested about?
Yeah, well, for one, I am quite good at physics and mathematics, always have been. That's one factor. Another factor, not a very large one, but that is the working conditions and the wages and the rights and so on of engineers are top-notch in Denmark. Like they are treated very, very well. But most of all, it's something that has always interested me, like mechanics, like physics in the real world, so to speak. Definitely influenced by like gymnasiet or high school in Denmark. I find that very interesting. It's always been quite interesting for me. Like, if I throw this into the air, how quick will it come down, and how hard will it hit me? That's always been quite interesting. So much of my time for years. And I found that very interesting. So I thought that mechanical engineering would be quite a decent fit. Very much does depend on where they are in life, in my opinion.
Yes, true.
If they're young, if they haven't started anything academic yet, wait. Don't rush into anything. I know way more people who have had a uncomfortable experience with academia because, for example, like medicine or psychology or law students, that's quite prestigeful in Denmark, and they felt a lot of pressure to study very quickly.
Yes.
And in turn, they weren't really happy about it. And it was, I suppose it wasn't their own ambitions that drove them. It was more like
a reality. Maybe.
Yeah. It was more like the expectations of others and society and their parents that really drove them to something. So I think that for people who don't know what they want to do, don't just jump at something and think, oh, well, maybe this is going to satisfy some need in me. Because I think if you just sort of shoot for something random,
you have to come back if it doesn't fit.
Yeah, exactly, and that sits quite badly with a lot of people, I think.
Yes.
In general, I think it is just to stay healthy, that my family stays healthy and have a great life. I think, yes, also get a wealthy job and have children in the future. I think that's my dream in general.
No.
I'm studying business economics.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. And can I ask you the reason why you choose this major?
First of all, I studied at a business college or high school. Yeah. So I think my interest came from there, and also because of my mom works in a business economics area. Yeah, so that's why I think, and I also thought it sounded very interesting.
Okay.
I think it's important to not look so much at other people, but like deep down in your feelings, what do you really want to do is the most important thing. So don't compare yourself to others, but and try something, then you'll find out.
Okay, thank you for spending your time.
My dream is to create a company where people really like going, not because they have to work, but because they like to go there, and a company where people can also go and achieve their dreams. So, if you want to travel a lot, this company helps you to move to different regions and experience the culture there, and just helps you along your life way, achieving all the dreams in your life and not career dreams.
Also, can I ask you more specifically? So you want to do your own business, and it's about helping people to make their dreams come true. Like what's field is it exactly?
It's not clear yet.
Yeah.
The field itself is not clear. Just the vision of what's the company's goals and morals and basically building blocks are. Basically, the field doesn't really matter that much to me. So I had a period where I really didn't know what I self wanted really in my life, and I started reading a lot of books like Big Five for Life and also the Cafe at the End of the World. Great books to find what goals in life can be and how to find them. That's where I got the idea from, creating something where people can grow together. I would say there's a lot of good books with a lot of great ideas out there, can really help you find something, because you're definitely not the first person who's struggling with it. So there's a high chance someone been there before you, struggled with the same thing and found a solution for it. So that's my tip. Read some good books about it.
Can you recommend any book you have read?
Big Five for Life. That's the book. John Strelacki. That's the book for me.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for spending your time. I really love your answer. Well, thank you for spending your time.
Sure.
And do you have a dream?
I guess my dream in life is firstly to have a family. So I'd like to get married and have children.
Okay.
Along with that, have a fulfilling career, which in my case is I'd like to be an academic. So
okay,
that's what I'm hoping for. I want to research humor and like humor, what people find funny.
Yeah.
And why they find stuff funny, and hopefully to be the person who cracks the case.
Yes.
On the question of why we evolved the ability to laugh in the first place, and what characterizes the nature of humor. I don't think usually you don't get to choose your interests. It's more like you discover what you find interesting, like what drives you. It's not like a logical something you decide upon where you can do the calculation and figure out what to do. It's just like what I most want to do. Like for me, mainly it's just fascination. So I've been fascinated by like humor since I was a child, and it's one of the defining things I think in my relationships to other people, that my friends are the people who share a sense of humor with, and I guess in my home also, it's with my family, it's been a defining thing that we are able to laugh together. And so I've just always been fascinated by it, and that has then grown into an academic obsession in the end.
Okay.
Well, it is. So I'm doing a PhD right now, and that is at least here a very it's a shaky road where you never know for sure whether or not you're gonna end up in a full-time career at the end, or whether or not you're gonna have to switch careers. And I think you could spend endless time worrying about it. So I think maybe the advice is just to pick a course, somewhere you want to be further down the line, and then try to pursue it without necessarily constantly worrying about if you end up exactly where you want it to be.
Okay, thank you for spending your
of
time.
course,
it was so lovely to hear your response.
Nice to meet.
I'd say to have health and wealth.
Health
for
and
as long
wealth.
as I can.
Yes.
As healthy and happy as I can.
Mhm.
It's always something my granny used to say, and I'm at a point now in my life where I don't really know what to do in the sense of a job, for work, anything like that.
Yes.
I just want to concentrate on my degree and get out on the other side, but along that side, just have health and my wealth, and that's as far as I go from there.
Yeah,
Business.
Yeah.
I was good at finance growing up. I've worked in finance before, and then kind of covered over for university.
Okay.
So, just past experiences and kind of future belongings. Like I feel like having a bit of financial literacy is like very important in your life, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
That kind of drove a bit of aspiration to it. Yeah.
Okay, so you had a similar experience, and now you choose the major okay.
Kind of like improve upon that knowledge that I had before, and then kind of see where I can go a bit further with it.
Yeah, but I think still you don't have a specific thing you want to do, but still doing something is a very good way to find the dreams after.
I'd say just 1%. If you can do anything 1% better, no matter what it is, no matter if it's something at BSS, if it's something in your degree, if it's something just in life, anything you do 1% better at, you're gonna get better. Even like, for example, I said I don't know where I'm going. I have no idea where I'm gonna finish or I'm gonna head to, but I know if I work towards something and just do it 1% better every day, if I come in, do a bit more revision, do a bit more work, just put that extra bit of grasp at it, it's always gonna go right. You're always gonna go somewhere if you're trying harder.
Okay,
That's
thank you for sharing your opinion. And I really like your response, because you don't know what you want to do now, but I see your positive vision. So I support you. And what's your name?
My dream is about a job. I'm dreaming that when I change the job, I'm very happy where I am now. But next time, when I have to find a new job, that it will be more of a place where I could help people. Guidance or anything. Right now I'm in communications, so it would be very nice to tell stories that would change people's life.
Can I ask a bit more specifically what you are working?
I'm working with the communication in finance.
Finance part.
I love stories. I love books, and the story and telling people stories is a big part of my dream and my life, and why I do what I do. So yeah, that's also why you found me in a library. Oh, that's a very good question.
Yeah.
I think people in my family always read out loud to me. But not any more than that. It's just that simple. Getting told stories from a very young age. I think it's about listening to yourself, but also when you start speaking about it to other people, your friends, family, anything, it becomes more real and then it's approachable. So if you can just tell people I know it's very intimidating, but just in small matters say, I would like to do something like this, telling people about it, for me, it becomes more real when I talk to people about it.
Yeah, I think that's a very good advice, because like splitting out is, I think it's important to make it close to more action.
Yeah. Now I'm studying mechanical engineering.
Engineering?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to work, like I've always dreamt of working with something like with cars or just the automotive industry.
Okay.
But if not that, I think like something with sustainable energy, something like that, I think.
Okay, so my main question is like, how did you found that job and interest? Like, what was the motivation?
Well, I think I went to a technical gymnasium, so I've just always liked like those types of things to work with. So I think that's mainly why.
Was that during the teenager, or like did you affected by the academic course, or like from family?
Well, no one in my family is engineering.
Yes.
So I think it's just my interests, I guess.
My video is more concentrated on the people who are trying to find their dreams. So what do you think is the most important thing to find your own passion?
And just do whatever you want to do. Don't think about the money or the jobs. Just
Actually, right now I'm studying.
Studying.
Yeah. So my dream is to finish that, of course. And afterwards, I think I'm hopefully going into some real estate, to kind of something like that.
Yep.
That would be my dream to do that.
So what are you studying? Real estate part?
I'm studying a bachelor in finance.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a tough question. I think it's when I read and I'm studying about real estate, I find it very interesting. Also because of the economic into it. Just that kind of, especially in Denmark, there's a good money in real estate if you got into it. So that's why I'm doing it.
Yeah. So you just got the motivation from the teenage, like during the high school, and because of the academic things.
I think it's come when I'm studying. So I've been studying now for 3 years. So
yes,
it's due to the studying.
Okay. Then what's the reason like you choose the major?
That I think is because my parents, they also got a economic background, so first into
parents.
That,
Okay.
Of course, I think many young people are struggling due to social media, and you can compare to everyone nowadays. So of course, I'm not worrying about the future, but I understand if you're worried about it. I do. I think that you have to take one day at a time, and it's good to have dreams, but you still have to be realistic, but still have ambitions for it, and don't compare you to anybody. Just do what you love.
Okay, thank you for spending your time. What's your name? First of all, thank you so much for watching this video, and I really appreciate for everyone who helped me to make this video, to all of my respondents. For finishing this interview, I felt 5 things, mainly. First, putting everything aside, it's still good to have a dream. This is because it leads life in a positive direction. So have a dream. Second,
I also felt that the more positive you think, you can make your own dream more diverse. As the existing verse, if you change your thoughts, your actions will change. Positive thinking creates good dreams and allows those dreams to take action. From what I have felt so far, dreams are often greatly influenced by childhood experiences and thoughts, and people around us such as family. The more cases than this is the people who don't have a dream or don't know what they want to do. So reminding your childhood is still a great way to find your passion. Fourth, also while making the video, I thought, do we really need a dream? During the interview from my interviewee, I heard, isn't it okay to just be happy? That's right. I agree that we don't necessarily have to take what we love as a job. However, still I think it is definitely necessary to know what you really want to do and what you like. Even it's grandiose to say it as a dream, but if you have a hope and even it is something trivial, it will soon come as happiness and as joy in your life. 5. My thoughts on how to find a dream can be divided into 2 categories. First, a person who already has a dream within yourself but didn't notice, and the second is when there is no dream yet. What I want to say to the first type of people is cliché, but you need to take a good look at your past experiences as well as your own daily life. If you look closely at what activities you focus on, what your main thoughts are, and what you enjoy doing, you can find out. The second type of person does not have a clear preference yet, so it is better to take a lot of different experiences. What kind of experience should we have? Rather than being random, you should just need to try variously what you are attracted to, whether it's practical or interesting. This actually also applies to the first type of people. Experience is necessary for everyone because things that were not discovered by just thinking about them can be discovered by taking an action. For the last, I started this question to ask about the dream of job, what should I do for future? But it ended up to I should also have a nice dream in my life. A lot of people were having beautiful dream about family, love, world, and it inspired me to pursue a better life. I really appreciate to everyone who shared their true lovely story. Again, thank you so much and hope this video can make you feel something.